guys! Welcome back to Danganronpa. This is DJ Gamer Girl, signing on. Ooh, I need to adjust my headset. Last episode, Sakura's dead. Someone killed my girl. Someone killed Sakura. And obviously, Hina already thinks it was either Hiro, Toko, or Byakuya. I would honestly believe it was Toko or Byakuya before Hiro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's capable of killing anyone. When Toko went genocide Jill on Hina, he just did not step in at all. He didn't do anything. He's a coward. He doesn't have the balls to do any of that. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. To be honest, I'm surprised his spineless ass hasn't been killed at all yet. Anyway, so, it turns out Sakura had sent notes to Byakuya, Hiro, and Toko to try and clear things up with them. Byakuya said he just ripped up the note and didn't go, because, I mean, with how suspicious he was of her, you know, like, as much as I would think Byakuya killed Sakura in order to protect himself, somehow I don't think he did. Unless he's, like, but he's not stupid, intelligence-wise, when it comes to being able to plan things and stuff. He's not stupid. He's stupid in other categories as far as I'm concerned, but he's not stupid. So, either he's doing a really damn good job of covering his ass, or he didn't do it. Anyway, we're going to be speaking to Hiro and Toko, and I wanted to go to the chem room because that protein shake, that Sakura had a protein shake that had the protein from the chem room. Mondo, Byakuya, Saika, Toko. I press the doorbell. After a few seconds. You're back to normal. Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. Aura of total decay.
何なの？深川さんに戻ってたんだね。ジェノサイダーじゃなくて。あいつの話しないでよ。気分が悪くなるじゃない。せっかく楽しい気分なのに。
She didn't look like she was in a good mood. That just might be her face.
あのさ、ちょっと話があるんだけど、今いいかな。
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
何の用よ。
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I want to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
それは。
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said too, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. I'm curious, can we get into Byakuya's room? He said he ripped up the note! So much for finding out if that was true. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds. What's up, Makoto? Do you need something? Yeah, actually, I wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How do you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well... when she asked me to meet her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person. And she happened to mention to others, like, in passing. You gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hina was feeling around his pockets. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hito's pocket. Huh? Quick as the wind, Hito snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, it's just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre wanted to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hito slipped back into his room. Hito said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hito. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the second floor, on the floor of the rec room. Yes, thank you. Okay, Chem Lab. That's where I originally wanted to go before you dragged my ass here. And I can't teleport, so we're running all the way there. Wrong way. Wait. I swear I get lost in this place every time. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. What I'm about to say is, bitch, I'ma have my hand up your ass. This is my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a close look at it. Looks like the shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I'd be careful not to step in it. It's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking these out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right. It could have only been around the time of the incident. If that's really when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. It's poison! These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out a floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen. Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. It's like I draw a tiny little chibi Byakuya just in the corner of the paper. What would be insulting to him? I don't know, getting bonked in the head by a hammer? So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me. So, when you look at it like this, it's interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints really are a valuable clue. Let's see, what's on the shelf? All kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers are labeled with the letter A. Why is there a C in there? So I guess I can consider this part of the shopping unit section A. But wait. There's a bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? This shelf is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Looks like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All these containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. This shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser. Which I suppose would do well. Didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements. Section B has reagents. Section C has illegal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. They have the footprints. It's like this. When you look at the pattern, whoever left behind went to the shelf on the left, and that's it. They went straight there, did something, and then left. According to the footprints out, anyway. The prints are really clear, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure whose they are. Which means these footprints are a super valuable clue. Oh, the powder itself. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Alright. I am so glad there's a sprint button. Wait, no, the rec room is on the 3rd floor. What am I doing? Pass it up.
Ne.
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
なるほどね。
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
とにかく
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf with the magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do want to look them over one more time. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body. Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
ね。
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching the dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still sometimes. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
そうね。
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
それは
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
ね。
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
そう。
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, really stands out.
なるほどね。
That powder is clue number 1.
ね。
The next is the wound on her head, to her head. Look carefully.
そうね。
Nah, actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
どうやら
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
ええ。
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
そう。
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one of them.
そうね。
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay, so that's still the thing about Genocide Jack. Okay. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Something new.
Ne.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden connection between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
それは
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in their outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer! I do trust you. To a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
ね
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Experiment?
えとにかく
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
別にいいじゃない
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
じゃあ
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone... Excuse me. Try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
じゃあ
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
つまり
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and the one of the Monokuma bottle that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
ね
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
つまり
which means each Monokuma weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
じゃあ
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out and the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's still a chance I could have missed some here and there.
じゃあ
Okay, then let's give it a try. The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
やっぱり
Just as I thought. What?
つまり
The results of our experiment, and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
ね
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Kyoko's at the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
ね
If something catches your eye, it's important to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages. Near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood, in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
そう
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
それは
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message.
だけど
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking.
ね
Hey, is that... This is Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it.
えなんなの
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
許せない
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Time for the class trial.
おっとね、出た。お前らの操作が退屈すぎて寝ちゃってたよ。
Do your eyes even close? I don't think anyone could catch you sleeping.
やっちゃうよ。いいっすか？やっちゃってもいいっすか？じゃあ、学級裁判を始めます。お前らはいつもの場所に至急集合してください。学校エリア1階にあるアクプ
Yeah, and see you soon, blah blah blah. It's already time. But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... The ultimate martial artist. I'll act a murder mystery.
何
What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how something awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if we make a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? T_T. He's right, that does make it seem sad. Now then, please get to the elevator. These are emoticons I make! Except for that, I don't really do those. What the hell was that? I don't get it. I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? I don't think I'm acting casual. I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
何なのよ
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
何なの
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. Killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person's here. That person's one of us. In we go. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, it felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the six of you? Really? Huh. That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the fourth time. Daily judgment, deception, betrayal, daily riddle, defense, phase, class trial. Let's go. Yes. I've never actually set skills. Increases the time limit for each phase. Oh, yes. Increases the speed of memorizing a statement. And that's it. I still don't know how to. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. I wanna test something in the next episode. I wanna test to see if I can actually save during the trial. Because if I can, then I can. I hopefully. Anyways. Alright, till then, this is the Gamer Girl signing off. Bye bye.